I think it's a very scary way for a lot of people to look at it that way, right? Because you are at that point you're talking about, yes, I rather still charge full amount because what if that doesn't happen? What if all that referrals don't happen? And they live in this land of fear of what ifs of all this, where it's like then you just never move out. And I mean, I feel like
Sounds a
that's
lot
always
like Blockbuster to me.
exactly. That's where I see is that the where people like yourself that you thrive is that entrepreneurs what we do is we take massive risk on all those what ifs, right? We pretty much do bet it all on those what ifs, and it's just, but what if it doesn't work? I'll figure it out, right?
Well,
But that fear just keeps them in that rut where now you're getting priced out and you're getting put out of business.
well, I mean, I look at, what drives sales. If you've ever watched a cheesy infomercial, it's always somebody spilling a glass of red wine on a white couch. Okay, so
Mhm.
what drives sales? It's pain points, it's horrible things, right?
Right.
What is the pain point for a consumer? That realtors have been charging the same thing since basically 1908.
Mhm.
I mean, I jokingly say people were, running around the wild, wild west on a horse charging 6%. And now I can literally send documents to Thailand in my boxers and I
Right.
still charge 6%. I mean, stop and think about that. And then you think about some of these brokerages. I mean, you have brokerages that are disrupting the market that's basically nothing but this market, this brokerage. And then you take out all the expenses, all the brick and mortar, all the administrators, you take out all the junk. You basically put this brokerage online, offer better splits to your agents, and still charge 6%. Woohoo! I mean, as the client, as a consumer, you got to say, this doesn't feel right. If you go look at 5 different automobiles and they all cost the exact same amount, you're like, something doesn't feel right. And so there's the pain point for the consumer, for the client. For the agent, like I was on Clubhouse earlier today. I don't know if you're in there, but I go in and I just listen to some of these rooms and they frankly they make my stomach turn
Mm.
because it's like how to effectively door knock, how to effectively cold call. I literally listened to somebody give an agent advice today that you need to feel like you're smiling on the inside. That's going to make you a better cold caller. And I'm like, bro, if we're in 2021 and you're like, you need to feel like you're smiling on the inside, that is the pain point for the agent. They cannot differentiate themselves. They can't create a brand. They can't do anything different. And so if you look at the landscape, the real pain points for agents is if everybody charges the same thing to do the same thing, now big tech starts to swarm. Now Zillow, Realtor.com, OpCity, Google through HomeLight, they get right in between the client and the agent, and then they sell the client right back to the agent for a massive referral fee. Okay, you know what that makes you if you jump into that? That makes you a discounter. You're
Mm.
literally raising your hand saying, I'll make less money, just please give me a lead.
Yep.
And the way I look at it is if you're willing to go that route, why not wear it like a badge of honor? Why not make that your outreach to the public? Because now you don't have to lead gen so hard.
Yeah.
You
So I
know,
mean, and I think that's also the biggest difference is that, like you're saying, why do you get the referrals? Well, when the seller is done with you and they're talking to their friends or family, they're not saying, yeah, you can go with this person, they're cheap. They're saying, look, I saved a ton of money and they're good, right? Like, and it was good service, and it was what you would expect. Plus, I saved a bunch of money. So
correct.
the review, the referral becomes that much better versus just saying, yeah, they're cheap. It's like, well, what does that mean for somebody?
Right.
I mean, my next door neighbor right now, he's looking to sell his house, and he knows I'm in real estate and everything. He approached me and he told me he had some agents that came to him and they said, oh, they said this, that. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, he's right. Yeah. He's like, yeah, but I want to go with you. Like, well, I mean, I don't mind, but they're right too and every yeah, but I trust you. Like I want to go with you. Like
Mhm.
he didn't care what I would charge. He didn't care anything. He believed in like the service that I provide. He believed in the person, the quality and all of that. So that goes a lot further than just the price. The
You
price
know, like
matters, but
you know why? Because you didn't come across as a pushy sales guy.
right.
And so, like, our listing presentation is 2 pages long. It is nothing but stats from NAR for how homes sell. And we basically tell people, look, If you put a sign in the ground, put it on the MLS, and then it automatically gets syndicated out across the web, that's 84% of all marketing. Okay, that
Yeah.
you can't influence and I can't influence. My sign doesn't say for sale on it better than yours. I can't put it on the MLS. Like, I don't have special access to Zillow or the MLS. It just is what it is. At that point, it's who's going to be better at marketing it on social media. Okay,
Hmm.
that's really what you need to push is I'm better at social media, because that's where an agent can really make a difference right now. But so many agents get sucked into just over promising themselves. Like, just I will promise you that I make rainbows and butterflies appear every morning if you just give me a listing. And for us, it's like, no, stop being a salesperson. Just tell them the truth.
Hmm.
People identify with truth. People love truth.
Right.
And it's so much easier to just be like, no, hey, this is the facts. This is just what it is.